coming out, and you know it is not even limited to a certain demographic. It is across board. You have the youth, the elders, the women coming out to sing and embrace and to show, okay, we love you. So this goes to show that God is with him. Okay. And by Saturday, you will see the numbers.
Honorable Omole, let me come back to you. Before now, you find a lot of people devoting their time to issues surrounding certificates, saying this is not right, the governor does not have certificate, and so on and so forth. He came out to say, look, I went to this place, this is the school I attended, yes, this and that. Now, the national leadership of the APC cleared the governor as fit to contest this primary. Does that bring to rest the who's and cries about the certificate of the governor? How well does this really place him in the primary?
Well, thank you very much. That was just a distraction. You see, most time the governor told me not to even go to that area because it's a non-issue. And as you can see, it's a non-issue because Aiyedatiwa is not a newcomer in the political space of Ondo State. He represented Ondo State at the board of NDDC, and for somebody to represent Ondo State, that is a Class A commission board at the federal. Is from the presidency. So for somebody like that who has passed through the rigorous screening of the Senate, the DSS, and all that for years, not last year, not 2 years ago, and now because some people just want to distract him and to blackmail him and put him in a bad light in the face of the people of the world. I mean, it's a distraction. So we know that it's going to come out like this, that it's going to be laid to rest at the screening of the gubernatorial aspirant, because come to look at it, these same people peddling the rumor about such case are the people behind this purported impeachment. And now said, if this is real, why don't you bring it out during the impeachment saga? Because this is an impeachment offense if it is true. But that's how you know it's all tissues of lies. They just they know this man is the man to beat in this race. So they want to do anything to make him unpopular. And unfortunately, each time they come up with this thing, he's gaining more popularity every day. So the hunted has been the hunter now. One of these characters doing this, among the aspirants, we found out that during the vetting process, he doesn't have a membership of the card, a membership card of the party.
He's not a member of your party?
That is what the vetting committee, although he was eventually cleared, I don't know how he eventually got a membership, but the result of the vetting committee was in the open. And on the issue of indigenship and membership card, it was nil. It is open, it is there in the public space. So, you know, when people just sit down and look at the way they are looking for a way to blackmail somebody, that's why that kind of story comes. We know it is not true because the school start was not the last certificate the governor. And if you don't have that school start, you won't be able to afford that. So it's just a distraction. And now that that has been put to rest, that has demarcated people telling this rumor, and that has shown up the popularity of the government.
I'll come back to you. Dr. Osrc, let's look at something. 16 aspirants. Okay, the governor of Ondo State being one of them. Apart from being governor, what other comparative advantages does he have in this contest?
Thank you so much. A lot. Like I said, personality drives an outcome. I would say that his personality has given him an edge over others. Governor Lucky Orimiso didn't just become a governor one day. He has been a member of the party over the years, and he has been associating with the people. He has been relating with members of the party at every point in time. In fact, as at today, he's been adjudged as the most loyal of all other aspirants to the party because he's the only one.
He's been adjudged as the most loyal?
Yes, because he's the only aspirant that has not been to other parties. Okay. He's the only one that has been in, ACN, AD. He has been progressives all along. He didn't go to other parties. Other aspirants have been to one party or the other, but he stayed true to the party. So that alone gives him a great comparative advantage to other aspirants. And like I said, his personality, his ability to relate with everybody, his ability to be friendly with all, to run an open government, and also be accessible, is accessibility. There are people that once you give them power, you can't even access them. But Governor Lucky Orimisan is not like that. He's open, he's accessible. So that's with his loyalty to the party gives him a great advantage to other aspirants. I don't want to comment on the attitude of other aspirants.
Of course.
If not, I would have said some of these aspirants are not even accessible. We have people that boast about their degrees, that boast about what they have, about what they... It's not about what you have, it's about your impact to the people. How do people get impacted by what you have? How do people get influenced by what you are able to do for them? How can people identify with you? That's what leadership is about. It's not about coming around to boast about the number of degrees, about boasting of the kind of money you have and all of that. We don't want that kind of governor. We want a governor we can assess. We want a governor we can identify. We want a governor that can be our voice in the state. We want a governor that will be concerned about our welfare, not someone that is more concerned about accumulating. We want someone that will distribute the wealth across the state, and an ordinary citizen of the state, an ordinary indigent of the state can feel the impact of that government, so that we can say that, oh, we can be proud to say, I am from Ondo State. And that is what Governor Lucky Orimisan stands for.
Dr. I'll still stay with you. Some have said that women are not finding it rosy with the Ayedetu administration. How true is that? Because some have said that there used to be a particular number of commissioners, particular number of special advisors, particular number of aides who were women before now, that they're not finding it as rosy as before. Is that true?
Well, first, let me appreciate you for that question. I would say that we shouldn't forget where we are coming from. We use the past to predict the future. We are just coming from a government where the people of Ondo State are seriously, expressing their grievances against the domineering attitude of a certain individual. I don't want to mention it. So I would want to say that Governor Lucky Orimisan deliberately been quiet about that, is to also put in mind the will of the people and say, okay, for now, let that office be quiet, so that at least let's listen to the yearning of the people and decide on what to do. This is a government that is just starting. It's just 100 days in office. And like I tell people, I'm an advocate of gender. It's not about you being a woman. It's about your substance, about what you've got to offer. And I want to say the government is just starting. It's too early in the day to say that we are not being represented. I tell people, as a gender, build up yourself, have what it takes. When it is time, the government will recognize you and give you a space at the table. So all that are bare pilot talks. It's not yet time. When it is time, the government will give us recognition. At the moment, we've never had a commissioner of finance as a woman before. So for the first time in the history of the state, we have a female as a commissioner of finance. So it's a good starting point for us. And I want to say that the government is starting. The governor has just inaugurated last week a set of commissioners. So I know by God's grace, when he settles down, he will consider more women into governance. And I want to say the women are fully behind him. Let's not forget that at the moment, 80%, or let's say 65% of the entire population of the electorate are women. So if we are saying Governor Ayedetu enjoys the support of the people, the implication is that he enjoys the support of women, because majority of voters are women. So if the women are not with him, of course he's going nowhere. But to show that the women are with him, he enjoys large followership and large support. So at the moment, you need to attend some of these campaigns, some of these rallies, so you understand what I'm saying. Most of the people who come out to embrace him, who come out to support him, are women, and these are grassroots women, not women that are influenced by what people write on social media. They express their love. They are so enthusiastic. They are so passionate. They want to say him. They want to embrace him, and it is because of some of what he has done. Like I said, governance is for everybody. like the electrification he has done, the provision of solar power lights across board. It's being enjoyed by the entire demography of the state. Nobody says, oh, once there's a street light, it's meant for the male gender or the female. It's for everybody. So I want to say that he enjoys a large followership. The women are with him, we love him, we support him, and we have come out not just with our resources, but with everything we've got, our prayers, our support, you know, with them, and we have demonstrated all of that. And come Saturday, we'll also demonstrate that in numbers.
Okay then. Honorable Mole, let me come back to you now. I know you are trying to also make a comment on that, but I'll come back to it later. Let's look at the governor of Ondo State, Lucky Orimisa, is also the leader of the party in the state, according to the party structure. So then, apart from the issues that you politicians would always raise, yes, he's been doing this for the people. Dr. Shamai just talked about solar powered electricity,
Light
Up Akure project, and some other things that you might want to mention. How well is he also taking care of his base, the All Progressives Congress APC? Some have also said that, why would you just focus on, yes, you must serve the people? How about the egg that produced the chicken? What's going on in that arena?
I'm very happy that you're asking this question. For the very first time, APC member on those has never had it so good.
That's true.
That's a fact. The first
APC hasn't had it so
members in Ondo State has never had it. Go and ask any APC member.
No, I am asking you because you are
here.
So what are the parameters to show that
for the very first time,
had it so good?
For the very first time in almost 7 years, the stakeholder meetings was held where all critical stakeholders in the party, from the grassroots, at the Dome. That was some few weeks after he was sworn in. Because these are the people who is holding forth for the party at the grassroots.
Party executives, you mean?
Yes, from the ward to the local government to the state. That is why you see them coming out in their numbers whenever the governor is coming to their local government. So the party members are happy. They have never seen this kind of governor before. They have never seen this kind of generosity to the members of the party before. It's a fact.
Why is he doing that?
Because of the it's not because of the ticket.
Or will he continue like that?
It is not, because there's a change in the leadership of the party. A leadership that is responsible, that is sensitive to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. A responsible and responsive governor. You know, give it to Aketi. We know the history, we know what happened in Ondo State in the last 2 years thereabouts. Unfortunately, Aketi meant well for Ondo State and he did his best. But because of the health challenges, some people took over, they took advantage of that. And they are very selfish set of people. You know, as a man, I mean, your health is paramount, it's the most important. It's when you are okay, you are perfectly okay, that you can administer. And we saw what Akedi did in his first term. Akedi meant well for Ondo State. But when his health started failing, that affected governance in Ondo State. That is the truth of the matter. And some few people who surrounded him, they took advantage of that and they started, I mean, behaving like a bull in a china shop. We don't want to dwell on that.
Of course,
but I want to come back. So I'm just telling you where we are coming from and where we are today. The love that's been shown to our governor today is because he recognizes the importance of the party members in the state. And like I said, they have never had it so good. You know, I mean, a couple of days ago, he had a meeting with the 203 ward chairmen in Ondo State and the 18 local government party chairmen. And after the meeting, there was an eruption of laughter and noise at the Cocoa conference. So I have to come down from my office in the Ministry of to what is happening. They said the governor was having. They were happy, and they got the message, and they were happy. So that is the mindset of members of the party in Ondo State. If it's possible for the party member to change the constitution, for this governor to rule for the next 8, 9, 10 years, the party, I can tell you that they will move the motion now.
Will this disposition continue?
Of course.
After he gets the ticket of the party, if he gets the ticket
when
of the party.
He gets it, it's not about if.
If he gets the ticket of the party.
I can assure you that.
It's your opinion.
I can assure you.
If he gets the ticket of the party,
I can assure you it will only be better. there being an improvement on it. I can assure you of that, because we still discussed this thing last night.
We will continue this conversation very soon, but then let's quickly go on this short break. When we return, we'll be continuing a conversation on the APC primary that's billed for the 20th of this month. Please join us at this time out.
Ile Oluji town in Ile Oluji Okeebo local government area of Ondo State stood still for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa as he visited the town in continuation of his tour of council areas ahead of the governorship primary election of the APC. The governor's entourage was received by an impressive turnout of the people, including party faithful and supporters. The governor, who was at the palace of Jegun for his royal blessing, thanked the monarch and the people for the show of love. Aiyedatiwa promised to keep his vision to prosper the state and the people alive.
You all agreed with one mind and spoke with one voice that I should continue as the governor of Ondo State. It was your unanimous decision at that meeting. I have not even asked you for it, but because you have observed, you have noticed, and you have also seen what I've been able to do when I was deputy governor, acting governor, and the few months that I became governor of Ondo State, in terms of keeping faith with all the developmental projects that were started by the late governor. When I instructed all the contractors to move back to site, which they did, and I could see when I was coming at the junction, the contractors are working on your road. The work has not stopped.
The monarch, Oba Olufadeni Adetimehin, who prayed for the success of Governor Aiyedatiwa as the shadow and general elections, rallied more support for him. Some party leaders who drummed support for the governor highlighted some of the achievements of his administration, especially in the past 3 months.
The ambition is a God-sealed ambition. God has sealed it, and he is our governor by the grace of God Almighty. You could see his character, you could see his integrity, you could see his intelligence, you could see his calmness. So we are for him, and we are not hiding.
The governor later addressed thousands of his supporters and party faithful, where he preached unity, decorum, and the need for more commitment ahead of the party governorship primary election.
You have sent so many messages, you have joined so many support groups all across the 18 local government. The support groups are over 200. I thought it was only on social media I was getting support, but by seeing all of you here in your huge numbers, I am so thankful to all of you. That is a testimony to the fact that what you have said through your various support group, you have come to demonstrate openly. Thank you.
The event was rounded off when some new members were received into the ruling All Progressives Congress APC from opposition parties.
Welcome back, everyone. Those are sights and sounds from the visits of Governor Lucky Aida to local government areas. Of course, rousing welcomes. You see there, and you find what many have also termed organic love that shown to the governor at those arenas. Still very much with me on this media edition of Ondo 2024 Spotlight is the special advisor to Governor Lucky Aida to Honorable Lugbenga Omali. Thank you so much for still being with me.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Dr. Shimon Hamaye, thank you so much
you.
for still being with me.
You.
Woman representative, I must call you at this point. Now, let me continue with this conversation by looking at the revalidation exercise of the All Progressives Congress, APC. The governor, well, as many described, showed leadership by pioneering this revalidation exercise and urging the people to also go out and do the same. You are a leader of the party by virtue of your membership first, and then by also virtue of your office. Can we say that this is yielding positive results?
Of course, you know, the National Working Committee of the party releases the guideline for the election and the process and procedures, and the revalidation of membership is one of it, and it's a critical, because that's the foundation. You know, it's not every card-carrying member. You know, we are going to have a direct primary. But then, and direct primary means every card-carrying member. But there's a caveat this time around. You must be a card-carrying member and a financial member, a member that has paid his dues up to date, at least for the last 1 year. So, as it is now, it's not everybody that has the membership card of the party that will participate in this primary, and that is why the evaluation exercise has taken place. And like you said, the governor has shown leadership by making himself available at his word for the evaluation. All of us have done that, and that stage has passed. We are getting to another stage now. You know, today is Monday. By Saturday, we go for the election. So between now and Saturday, there are other programs and line up in the election timetable. So for us, we are prepared in our camp, in the governor's camp. We are prepared, we have our eyes on the ball, and we are not resting on our oars. Come Saturday, by the grace of God, we shall sing Hallelujah song.
Shouldn't the governor has also been visiting these local governments before this time that primary is just 1 week away?
Well, like Honorable Omoli said earlier, the governor is someone who has a job at the moment. He's the one who is piloting the affairs of the state. We cannot compare him to other aspirants. He's more concerned about governance, and like he said during his tour, by visiting some of the traditional leaders before meeting the party members in their domain, he said he has come to thank them for endorsing him. So the implication is that the local government thoroughly is not a campaign to members. Okay. It is to appreciate them for having endorsed him before now. And when it comes to thanking people, you can choose to thank your people at your convenient time.
And a thank you visit,
yes,
so to say,
yes,
on one hand,
yes,
according to you.
It is.
Okay.
It is, because while going around speaking to party members, the first thing he keeps saying at every of the designated places is to appreciate them for endorsing it, because before now, if you notice, among all other aspirants, the governor is the only aspirant with the most endorsements. You know, leaders across our board, critical stakeholders, elders, caucus of the party, the women groups have all endorsed him, even traditional leaders. These are unprecedented situations. It has never happened before. Have all endorsed him. So the local government tour is strategic now to appreciate them for having endorsed him before now, and to also speak to them on what to do on the election day.
Honorable Omoli, is the governor trying to drag the traditional institution into politics? Why visit them and then say they endorse them?
The governor will not do that, because the governor is a democracy. And come to look at it, the traditional rulers, our royal fathers, are the custodians of our culture and tradition. And they hold a very important position in the society. In fact, in terms of security, in terms of everything, in terms of welfare of their people, their palace should be the point first point of call for any responsible leader that go to their domain, and that was exactly what the governor has done. And in endorsing the governor did not go there for endorsing. They came to the Cocoa conference in fact, it was a meeting. The governor was not even aware they are going to do that on that day because I was there. So for the governor, he has high regards for our traditional rulers. That is why
they did it in their own
on their own volition. Yes, nobody pressurized them because some of them even came to thank him because he has appointed some of their sons into key positions. I mean, you cannot. Yes, traditional rulers, they belong to all their subjects and constituents are their people. But when they see a governor that is performing very well, this is not wrong if they identify with that kind of governor. And that is exactly what they have done. And for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, his first point of call in everywhere he goes is the palace of the paramount ruler of that local government, where other traditional rulers will gather to welcome him, and he addressed them. So he's not coercing anybody, he's not putting pressure on anybody to endorse him. This endorsement he has gotten is a free will endorsement. It's an endorsement that is, I mean, they did it on their own volition. And like the question you asked Doctor the other time, that why is the governor just going to the local government now?
I know you're interested in
that. Because it's not taken for granted the people of Ondo State. Okay. Because he's not only the governor of APC, he's the governor and the leader of the state. And he has a job at hand. And his job is to govern Ondo State and govern it effectively well. And this he has demonstrated in the last 100 days. So for him, it's not selfish. If it's other person, it was immediately became governor when he was on it that we start this ambition. But he has a job at hand. He has to stabilize, the way it has ascended to the position of the governor, as it has never happened in Ondo State before, that we are in this kind of situation whereby an incumbent governor died and the deputy governor, is a concerned matter that the deputy governor. So a lot of balancing has to be done. That's why you see that even up to now, he has to do a lot of things to balance because it's a transition within the same administration. That's the cachet. It's a transition within the same administration. It's not an entirely new. That's why you see that most of the people that work with the late governor are working with him already. For example, if you look at the names of the new commissioner that was sworn in on Friday, 95% of them are people that were in the previous cabinet. So it's a continuation of what Aketi has done. Maybe after February 2025, when he gets his own mandate by the grace of God, when he's sworn in at the 7th or 8th, whatever is 7th now, is the same person as the 7th executive governor of Ondo State. Maybe we now have his own cabinet. But then I can assure you that the same set of people, some of these people will still be there, because you can't just jettison a system that you belong to, and there is a continuation of work that the governor has been doing that is continuing. So for him to hit in the local government few days to the primary is not an act of desperation or an act to show that he wants, like she said, the visitation is just to say thank you for the support you've been giving to me all this while, because he has been busy with the governance, the business of governance in Ondo State, and we can see the what he has achieved in 100 days. The light up of Akure project is there, which is a pilot project anyway, which is going to other major cities and towns in Ondo State. The 3.47 billion approved by the State Executive Council for rural roads, employment of 2,000 teachers in the primary school, and employment of 1,000 in the secondary school, employment in the health sector. If you drive through Akure now, you see that most of the potholes on the major roads has been filled up. So governance is a serious business. He has taken it as serious as that.
Well, your point is well made. But then I'll still stay with you. Two things are very critical in every contest. It's either you win or you lose. That's just a given in every contest.
No
Should the governor lose the ticket of the party, what will happen?
Well, this governor is not going to this contest to lose, because he has everything. Now, you see, let me refresh your memory. The reason why the so-called cabal were fighting seriously to prevent him from being acting governor and eventually governor, they know immediately he becomes the governor. Him becoming the elected governor is 50% done. And that is truth of the matter. I ask their follower, if it's one of your principal that is the governor now, will you be saying incumbencies does not matter? They know what it means to be a sitting governor, and a sitting governor who has not even spent. That's why I said he's not ready to be a governor of 1 year, and I believe and supported that statement wholeheartedly, because he should even be given the first right of refusal. Yes. That's the truth of the matter, either they like it or not. And we are not going to this contest as a doubting Thomas. We are focused on the ticket, and like I keep on saying, come Saturday, April 28th, 2024, Governor Lucky Orinso is going to win, and is going to win handsomely.
All right, that's the first leg of the question. Let me throw the second leg of the question to Dr. Samai. If he wins the ticket of the party, do you think he has the charisma? Do you think he has the personality to be able to unite all dissenting voices and be able to get a party on a pedestal strong enough to win the general election, the governorship election, I mean?
Thank you so much. I want to say that the governor was initially underrated because he doesn't talk. That's why you see many people, many aspirants who came out, they initially underrated him. They felt, oh, can he provide leadership across board? But I want to say that as at today, they have all could say that the governor is not somebody to be underrated at all, because so far he has provided unprecedented leadership for people of Ondo State, not in terms of governance alone, but also to all members of our party. Apart from what he has done, I want to say that after the election, when he wins on Saturday, in fact, the landslide victory is going to be the first signal that will show them that this man is a man of the people that is loved across party lines. Because I can assure you that the governor is going to have overwhelming votes across the state, and it's not going to be just 1 or 2 local governments. It's going to have, amazing votes across board in the state. So that alone will show that he is well loved, he is well acceptable, he is well accepted. And after this Saturday, he will be stabilized. He will settle down for serious business of governance, and I'm sure that will prove all doubting Thomas's wrong, and they will know that we have a governor that runs an all-inclusive government, and the people that people can identify with and that people can be happy about.
Okay, Honorable Mole, what gives you both this confidence that the governor will win the ticket of the party? Are you saying that he will win in a landslide manner? But what about the democratic nature of the primary election? Will that not also be sacrificed by anyone? Not even the governor?
At all. Why I'm confident, and why we are confident, and most people are confident that the governor is going to win, is because of the caliber of men that are lining up behind him. The election is going to take place in the 203 wards of the state. So when you look at the caliber of people, they are on the campaign train to Odigbo, Oktukpa, and Laje today. If you see the caliber of people on that campaign train, I've mentioned some names of the leader, I don't have to repeat them. Put all the other aspirants. Let us see the people side by side. Let us see people lining up. An aspirant cannot be in 2 places at the same time on the election day. It is the men you have that will man each of the ward for you. So this election is fait accompli as far as I'm concerned. Yes, because it's about numbers. It's about leaders who have influence in their various constituencies and local government and wards. You understand? Somebody will put the poster of your candidate of choice in front, and people will line before him. We've done that before, and it's the best, if you ask me, because this gives power to the members of the party to choose their leader, unlike indirect set of primary where we have delegates, where people can influence, commercialize it and go to the highest bidder. In direct primary, how many people are you going to give money to?
That's true.
So it's people that genuinely loves you, and even it takes somebody that really wanted to vote for you, that you gave money, that will still vote for you on election day, because you won't follow him to the polling booth.
That's true.
So for the way the governor emerged as governor, 90% of the people of Ondo State, who are not even members of the party, are sympathetic to him. They saw the way he was persecuted, the way he was brutalized, the way he was blackmailed, all sort of things, and they see him coming out victorious all the time.
Yeah.
You understand? Somebody that is named Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa is symbolic.
That's true.
It's symbolic. So for me, I keep on saying that this election is fait accompli.
But beyond the name,
yeah, that's what I'm
is
saying.
A game of numbers.
And he has shown capacity and character. Okay. Like I tell you, the members of APC in Ondo State has never had it so good. Okay. And these are the people that are going to vote.
Now many people
we have an aspirant.
Something.
We have an aspirant. A couple of days, it was trending on social media.
Let's not go into all of that. Let's face the issue at hand. Now, many are also concerned about the quality of people behind your aspirant, the incumbent governor of Ondo State. Some have said that among the 3 senators in Ondo State, how many people are behind the governor? Among the 9 members of the House of Representatives, how many of them are behind the governor? Among the leaders of the party, how many of them are behind the governor? I think you'll be in a position to explain what exactly is going on. Out of the 3 senators in Ondo State, 1 is running. One is behind the governor. I can tell you that the senator from Ondo North is with the governor. And out of the 9 House of Reps members, we have 8 in APC. I can tell you that 3. That makes. Let's stay with the senators. Okay. You've mentioned 2.
Yeah.
What about the 3rd person?
Well, I won't come here to lie. I don't know where he belongs. But between now and Saturday, he may change his mind.
His foot soldiers are with the governor.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, and leadership is about followership. If you are a leader and you look at so you are gone. And so this House of Reps member, that are 8, I can tell you 3 are with him. Okay. Even the other 4, all of them are not with the same aspirant. They are divided.
That's true.
1 is the DG of one of the aspirants. 1 is following, the other 2, 3 are following different. So the governor has a hedge in all ramifications. In the House Assembly, he has over 17. Yeah.
So what brought about the upheaval initially in the House of Assembly of Ondo State, where some were saying that the Speaker was on his own to have gone to say he's endorsing the governor?
You see, I was
you were in the House
Assembly, so I understand.
And many people were not happy that you responded, not being in the
at the end of the day, I have a right to speak about the House Assembly because I passed through that place before, and they are my junior colleagues, and some of them are my colleagues, so I know what is happening there. You see, what really happened was that some few of them are grudges or dispute are not with Mr. Governor. Okay. That is the truth of the matter. And you know, as Assembly, they have their own way of doing their thing. So even some of those people that raised their voice against the Speaker were part of the people that went to Abuja to endorse the governor. So they have an issue with the Speaker, and I think that has been sorted out already. Okay. You know, Speaker is first amongst equal. You know, it's an enviable position, and a lot of them have their eyes on that position. So
it's not like the House of Assembly was divided.
No, against the governor. But I'm telling you that it's not all the members of this 10th Assembly are with the governor, but he has overwhelming majority. We have 22 APC members. He has 17 out of that 22. That's a very good number. And the remaining 5 thereabout are not with the same aspirant. So they are divided. So he's having it all good in low ramification. And the leadership, when we talk about the leadership of the party, he has almost 95% of them on his side.
Well, everyone, I have to thank you so much for being part of this program. Thank you for your time on the program. Dr. Shimbo, thank you so much for coming on the program. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. Everyone, this program returns tomorrow, God willing. Please enjoy the rest of the evening.